Hey guys, Mousy here, bringing you guys another game. I'm just playing by myself today, and I am playing support Zyra. I do have a jungle Jarvan, mid Ziggs, AP Nidalee top, and Ashe is going to be my AD carry. They have a Swain, an Ezreal, a Tryndamere, a Zed, and a Thresh. Now, I hadn't seen Tryndamere in a while, but I wasn't really too worried because the last time I saw him, I think it was terrible. So, I was expecting the same from this, so I hope you guys do enjoy this video. We'll see how everything goes. Alrighty then. Okay. Alright, so we're getting some normal items. Now I did start with Biscuit and Vision Ward, just because I like the Vision Ward. It's a nice little early gank. You can help protect red if your jungler doesn't start at red. I do start health bead and then 3 pots, just because I feel that the bot lane with Ezreal's poke, I could be taking a lot of harass damage, especially with Thresh. If all he does is if he maxes or starts with Q and then pokes with that, he can do a lot of damage. So, and I got my mana biscuit to keep me going. We'll speed this up just to get through some of the boring early stuff. Now I go and reward this top bush, and as you see, Ez and Thresh are right there, just to make sure no one's gonna invade on us. Ashe goes, walks in, gets hooked. Now I do end up rooting both of them. They blow a flash there. I try to get in the way, but it's just couldn't really do anything. I wasn't gonna blow Helix. I don't even think it would have gotten her way. I thought they were gonna be kind of stupid and try to dive me here, but there's some pinks for them to go back. So I'm starting the game without my AD carry. Luckily, that's not too big of an issue. I'm just gonna set this to follow me this game. Now, even with the first blood going to them, now we're down, what, 800 gold, 900 gold. We actually do manage to keep up with level pretty well. Ashe is actually decent at farming. Like, Ez is at 9 now because he had a little extra time in lane. But it's Ashe. It's all Ashe does is farm. I do take a lot of damage there, but I hit level 2. Thresh goes back. Looks like he buys his Philo Stone right off the bat and an additional ward. So he's way ahead of me right now just because of that assist for first blood. Nothing too exciting for a while. There's just a lot of harass back and forth. Bro, it's a pretty standard game till about level 6. If you do start being able to push them back and start harassing them back. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, this Thresh is not very good with his hooks. Ashe is at 26 and Ez is at 24. So from that 9 minion start, Ashe has promptly caught back up. Ashe is getting a little crazy. Like, I am using my E to farm without a pod down. Just 'cause I'm trying to let Ash farm as best as possible, just try to catch up with some of that gold. Now Thresh goes over here. I see him because of my ward. A little bit of harass, nothing too strong on him though. Ash does get a good chunk of damage on herself and a little bit on them too. They're staying pretty pretty even for them. I'm up on farm, but Thresh has his Philo, so he's definitely getting more gold than me. Jarvan being silly mid, getting a kill on Swain. And we get a good amount of damage here on Thresh because he just pokes his head out a little bit too far there. A little bit of poke. Now they're all really low here. As you see, like, I'm trying to hit it where I can hit both of them with it, and then we get this nice little burst of damage on Thresh, and we get the first kill down for Ash on the Thresh. Good place to start out for us, and we're back up the tide because we have 2 kills on our team now. Ziggs does go down to Swain, but we'll speed this up. I do buy a Philo Stone, and I was a little bit short for a ward. I just wanted to make sure I had something to give us vision, because I wasn't sure if who the jungler was for a while, and then I'm like, oh, Tryndamere. I'm not too worried about jungle Tryndamere. Thresh comes in on me. I do for a while forget that I have potions and a mana biscuit. He pulls me, I dodge all of Ez's combo. Get a bomb at Tryndamere. Why I keep selling? Get direct economy. That'll be a little bit more fun, I think, for everyone involved. Thresh is trying to. I blow my ult and everything prematurely. That was pretty bad, but honestly, I'm 6. Thresh isn't. Thresh just hit 6, so he just got the box. I missed my bind. He goes in on Ash. I do blow my heal. We do get the kill on the Thresh again, but unfortunately Ez just has too much damage, and I do end up taking him down, well, after dead 3/4 of his life, but just not enough. We were kind of focusing the tankier target, which that was just shame on us. Tryndamere is just trying to be Tryndamere. Ziggs just comes back to clean out the lane.
Returning to base.
Just Nidalee and Zed. Currently, Nidalee is getting destroyed by Zed because that's the way it rolls. And Zed definitely got a lot better from the buff to Blade of the Rune King, just because I like building that on him before, and now it's just like, oh, I'm gonna give you attack speed too. That just makes it so much better, especially with his ult and everything. You just do so much more damage. Now Swain gets knocked up, even in his ult. This is where Ziggs has lots of issues because Swain can just be like, I'm gonna hit R and gain all my life back and drain all my mana, but I'm gonna kill everything, so I'm gonna get all my mana back. And unfortunately, there goes Ziggs again. Gets pretty close, but Swain sustained too strong after 6. What did Swain start with? He went Chalice into Catalyst, and he started with, looks like, Flask. Nice little trick for Zed to get the tower, get an extra couple of shots. We get the kill on the Zed though, and our Jarvan does get the walk away. Then they come in on me. I just kind of try to stay in the middle of the box as best as possible. I do bounce away. Ashe unfortunately just does not have all the damage. She does get the 501. Now, he does come in on me, but he gets clipped by the corner of my Q, which is very lucky for me, because that was a very ballsy play. But I do manage to walk away with 20-ish life. But I have pots, so I'm going to stay and farm this up because I don't see anybody. And I saw Tryndamere top, so I was like, well, I don't have to really worry about anything now, do I? Most of the chat that did go on this game was inter-team chat, so not too big. Well, J4 does come in and try to stop the Swain, but Swain too close to tower. No, Ashe is gonna get called out by blows a flash to get away, but now we have a whole group coming in on these two. I didn't think we were gonna make it, but Jarvan does knock up. He gets the ultimate. I do get Ashe gets a hit. Everyone gets assists there. I do back off a little bit because I was a little worried because we don't have minions. We're not uber tanky right now. But I kind of just try to keep him away at best. Jarvan gets a nice EQ off. Ziggs pops his ult and dies because he went back instead. And then Ez gets a double kill because Jarvan hung out too long. Now we get a lot of damage in here. I try to keep Ashe alive. Unfortunately, heal is not off cooldown. Oh, it was off cooldown. My flash wasn't off cooldown. And gets caught by because Tryndamere's W is still really good. That's slow when your back's turned. Zed blows his ult. A couple of clones. What I like to do on Zed in that situation, I wouldn't have used my W to throw that extra clone out. I would have just used the 2 that I had, and then if they tried to run away, use my W clone to actually chase back in. So, here comes a pretty good dirt moment. Actually, it's not this one, it's another time. To kind of push Thresh back here. I see Jarvan doing. He wants to get Dragon. I ward to make sure we have a little bit of vision, just because I know that would be very bad for us if we didn't get some vision at least. Luckily Jarvan is really strong, and I have a decent amount of damage just because I'm using my my AP tank rune, so I have 15 AP to start the game, and then magic pen and some armor and some magic resist per level. So I get pretty tanky just whoever I use this for. Usually, but I figure it would just help out against the poke of Ezreal and Thresh. It's because Thresh does get a lot of AP just from his soul, so it's... I'm just in a little dance, and they decide to back off, but we have everything warded, so we're not really too worried. I do just get him, but it wasn't enough to... It wasn't a good enough position for us to try to engage on it, especially at half-life. Now, I do have a sight stone now, and I bought an amplifying tome. I am going to be buying Cage's Lucky Pick just to make sure I have a little bit extra damage. I do miss my E there, but once again the box. And Trinimir does come in here. I try to set it up where I can kill both of these guys, but I get my double binding off. Trinimir misfits R, and I get a kill there, saving Ash. Ziggs does come in here and killing up Ezreal, so I get another assist there. Ash backs off, but I just don't want those minions to get free damage on our tower. We took enough already. Now I end up buying my cages there, as you see. So I am now 2-1-6, so I am doing pretty good. And I upgrade my sightstone all the way, and I make sure I get my pen boots. Ash is gonna do some pushing. I see. Alright, now this is my biggest full retard mode of the game. I saw Swain coming down, so I walk into this bush and just get obliterated because I wasn't paying attention. It was terrible. It's probably my worst play of the game, and I missed my ult, so I don't even, or my passive. It was pretty bad. Now J4 does get hooked here, but you can't really stop. You can't pull him through that wall, so it's not too big a deal. J4 does go on Swain. Kind of split up for a little bad here, especially with Swain being 3 levels higher than J4. Ez just got so much more damage right now than our Ash. Ash went IE first. We do get the kill onto Ez because of Demacia, and then we got Ziggs picking up that other kill. Trinimir is pushing pretty hard. I was... What did I buy? I didn't buy anything there. Interesting. Well, Ash does go. We go do turret for turret there, so it's not too big of a loss. And just we are slightly ahead in the gold lead right now. So overall, we got an 06. Let me organize these a little bit better. There we go. So we got 4.6 for him and 5k for me. So I got a K on him. Ez and Ash are actually pretty damn even. Now our top lanes are 600 in favor of Zed. Mid lane is 1200 in favor of Swain, and jungles is 1200 in favor. They're pretty even all around. Like, there are some blaring issues, but overall as a team's, there's only a 200 gold difference as you look now, but Diggs gets a lot of damage in on him. Runs into the box, gets the shield, but Ash gets the nice arrow right before he gets out of range. Swain is coming down. He does have to dodge the minefield. Nope. Switched, but there goes a Nidalee. let's take a jump back and see what happened back there. Alright, so we got the Swain gank. Ash gets the kill. He misses. Ash gets some good damage. Get knock up on Ez. Get the kill. Just kind of push him back. Apparently, the game has decided it does not want to. Sorry about that little technical difficulty. Me being bad. Jarvan goes in on Swain and he just gets a little bit too far out of range. Oh no, he actually gets him this time. There's another time he just screws up. Zed gets our tower, backs off, we get another dragon. I do head mid to clean up mid a little bit. I do have 41 CS now, I'm 2-2 and 8 compared to our 0-7 and 4 counterpart. Ash is 6-4 and 8 compared to the 6-4 and 1 Ezreal. Ezreal does have more items than her, looks. I don't know, it's pretty even, I would say. I get another kill onto Ezreal because of my ultimate. Tryndamere does come in, and apparently he doesn't like fighting us because the screen jumps. We get the kill onto Tryndamere. He doesn't really pull anything special. We just kept him slowed with our ultimates. Now, I built a Giant Spell and a Blessing one. I'm going Rallies just to get even more slow against their team. Because my team's just way more mobile than them. Especially when I finally finish my Shirley's. That ward leads to my demise. Almost leads to my demise. Leads to Ashes for sure. A nice little kill onto Swain. You only saw the one of us coming up, so it worked out really well for us. Now 3-2 and 11. I'm gonna push in pretty hard bot. I do ward up top. That's the one thing I wasn't doing very well. I wasn't warding as much as I should. Do end up getting a lot of damage, but he does pop his ultimate, and Tryndamere's kind of gay like that. Thought I hit him, but Nidalee goes deep and gets a spear and the Ash arrow to follow it up if it didn't, so. Let's see. Ziggs gets dove on just because it seems to be what they do. Thresh takes the tower, Ez takes the tower, runs into a wild Jarvan. Ez does blink over the wall. Sees a bunch of people coming. You get For the Kinged. Ziggs did get a kill assist for that. Now, this is an issue. This is pretty funny actually. So Ash and I end up seeing Swain going for blue, and we're like, oh, we can get him. Not a big deal. Zed walks out and just obliterates Ash. Like, I tried to flash in to get a heal off because I thought maybe she could get away just because of her Q, but it just was a waste of a flash and a heal. We're actually talking about, like, what the hell was that? He's like, yeah, I was looking at blue while Swain got it and figured out I could go kill him, and then a friggin' Zed appears. We did increase the gold lead a bit. We're about 1.5k up. Now J4 is in a really bad spot here. Should have EQ'd out of that earlier, just to make sure he didn't take any extra damage, because he took a lot of damage that he didn't have to right there. Let's see. I did finish my Rylai's, so I do have that extra slow on all of my abilities. So we get another kill onto Ezreal. So Ezreal's now 7-7, where our Ashe is 9-5. We get nice Demacia again. Ziggs ult. We get my bind. We get these guys so low, and we just can't catch up. I really wish I had my we get a nice block by Zed coming in there to take that spear. Now Ashe and husband and wife fight down bot. Tryndamere is doing some pretty good damage. Does hit his ultimate, but he does have to go up and run away. Now Ziggs just stayed too long, and Zed just ate him. Nidalee does get the kill though. Fortunately, Ashe does not get the kill onto Tryndamere. He does manage to get away because she is very low, and looks like blue buff aggroed to her from a volley. We are up 10 kills, but we are down 2 towers. They have 4 towers to our 2 currently. So once again, the gold is pretty even, especially for 30 minutes into the game. They get the dragon too, so they do tie it up pretty much gold. They're slightly ahead. Looks like they're now up by 2. I walk in this way, I'm like, oh shit, wrong way to go. Get slowed by Zed, but they all back off after my ultimate goes down. Let's get the max range spear onto Tryndamere. So it faded away before. Unfortunately, Jarvan is 5-on-1 here. Not much that can really be done for him. We do get some poke out, but it's not enough to really keep going. They keep trying to re-engage because there's 5 of them and 4 of us, and our tank's down. But we just keep poking, try to keep them off at bay. Like Ziggs does get called out pretty far, but he doesn't. We figured, you know, going in the bush right in front of the Ezreal might not cause him to ult him. Either way, it was a good play on Ezreal's part. Not saying it was a hard one, but it's definitely better than what Ziggs did. Now our minions do end up taking out a turret, which does put us back pretty close. 500 gold deficit. We are still up 8 kills. Ashe does get called out, but there's no one really to follow up, so it worked out for us pretty well. We do get an arrow onto Ziggs. We got a spear. I do get another bind off. We do get a slow. Jarvan does chase in, but Swain's still stuck in the middle here. So we end up taking out Swain. Ashe goes off to the side. Everyone goes in on Ashe, more or less. Jarvan comes in and splits them up. Gets a lot of damage onto Zed. Nidalee comes in, jumps in. He's not down. I get a bind off. Just a little poke damage onto Tryndamere. Back off. Ezreal is there though, so he's going to come in and burst Nidalee. Now, if I paid attention more, I would have noticed how much damage I did, and I could have killed easy, but Ziggs comes in for the cleanup. That was a nice attempt at the lantern for Thresh. It was just a little bit too late. And even after that, we're still down 500 gold. And I do finally finish my Cerulio's Revelry, and I buy an Emblem of Valor. Now, at this point in the game, I am 4 oh, excuse me, 4, 2, and 16. So I'm pretty much a part of every major kill. It's pretty easy with Zyra to do that though, because all of your moves are AoE. Let's hopefully. Oh, there's 4 of us here. Jarvan is pushing bot by himself. He had a nice spear onto Swain there. Now there's only 3 of them against the 4 of us, so look at that damage from that Nidalee spear. So much damage. What does Nidalee got? She's got a decap, a Sarah's, and a void stab. In case we didn't realize that Ezreal needed to buy MR, he's going to let us know it. Nothing too exciting. They kind of just clean up the wave. Now Jarvan does come back in. Now we get an arrow onto Thresh, who's kind of our victim of victims. Jarvan ults under tower and wonders why we don't come in to save him. Especially when Tryndamere came at Ashe. Because honestly, anybody, they don't have a tank on their team. We get the kill onto EZ. Nidalee does get that max range spear onto that Swain though for the extra kill. So overall in that fight we lost 1 and they lost 3, so it was much better for us. Now we do get our minions here, so we are going to be able to take down this tower pretty easily. Gold's always been close this entire game, like we're only up a K now. Well, Zed does come in there, he tries to get a lot of damage off, but not much he can do there. Try and figure out what to actually buy. I end up going with a what's it called? A Twin Shadows, just because there's a little bit of MR on their magic damage on their team. Like Swain doesn't have a lot that I particularly worry about. Like the Leandries is pretty strong, but overall I don't feel that he has high end damage. Like, I don't know why he's going for things this late in the game. It's not even worth it. Just gonna pick up easy kill onto Tryndamere after he gets Solo's dragon, but that's what kind of Tryndamere does. He just kind of kills things and moves on. Ashe is critting like a boss. Now we're all just meeting up here in the center. You want to make sure there's 5 of us. We want to make sure we have minions. Now we do currently have 2 blue buffs on our team, so I do let Swain get a snare out. I take some damage, but nothing too bad. Once again, Thresh goes down. Jarvan is under tower again. We get the kill onto Tryndamere before you realize that he needs to hit his ult. Zed gets a lot of poke damage. Zed has really good poke comp. But we have Ashe, so she just used her Hawk shot. We get more damage. I'm trying to just poke around, hopefully get my Q off on something, but not too big a deal. We get a lot of damage again with that Q from Nidalee's spear. Zed comes flying in with Home Guard, but there's not much he can do. We have a really strong comp right now. Just the 3 of us. We're really strong at poking, and he has to be in pretty much melee range to use 2 of his abilities effectively. He does have his R to go in, but that's only going to hit 1 of us. Now Ashe does get cozy here. She does go down. He's coming in, but I do pop Twin Shadows into Shirellia, so it slows him down, so we're going to get away pretty easily right there. Ash picks up a Blade of the Rune King now. So she's got a BT Blade, and IE, and a Phantom Dancer. So she's pretty strong with a couple of potions. Now, Zed comes in on me, but there's not much he can do. I just have a lot of slows. Even though I passed weird. Zed's the only person on their team like I was super worried about. Like, Ez has a lot of damage, but Zed is just an assassin. He's just gonna pick one of us, and I'm pretty squishy, so wouldn't be too hard for him to just burst me out of nowhere. Now, he does end up getting a kill onto Jarvan, but Jarvan was kind of just being bad. Jarvan got really comfortable with the lead that we had gotten, and he just it's like, oh, we can't lose, blah 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 blah, but he kind of just keeps going balls deep when he shouldn't be going balls deep. Like, I get what he's trying to do, but it's just not worth it. Now this is a lot of chase. Like, we're trying to hit him, slow him down so Ziggs can get away, but let's see, so 5-2 and 24. I have been staying alive a pretty long time, just like Nidalee. Now Ash and I do come and play top. I do miss that by barely, but it does take a little bit of damage from Ash's Q, so it did slow him down. Ez doesn't really do much damage to me. He kind of just sits there and tickles me a little bit. Now, Ash has just so much damage. I put him just to have like a plank guard just to take a shot for tower. So I ended up only taking one tower shot there. Well, they're all just sitting here trying to figure out what's going on. Ash goes in a little bit, think they can catch her out. A little bit of a slow, Iceborne Gauntlets. Figure we're trying, but I see everyone coming up. And we have a really strong team fight, and this is pretty good positioning for us. You can get a Demacia, but there's nothing going on. We fight under their tower, we just have so much damage. We're all grouped up perfectly, they're all spread out, and Zed was forced out of the fight. So he couldn't do any damage, he couldn't pick off. Like, we have 3 people that are pretty low that he could burst down. Like, I'm low, J4's low, and Ziggs pretty low. And if he got on Ash and just went balls deep, he probably would get a good kill on her. As you see, like, Jarvan's got a lot of life just because of what he's built, but at the same time, it's Zed. Like, he's doing 9%, I think, missing life when you're below 50% or something. Like, it's pretty crazy how much damage he bursts. And now we have a Zed back alive, a full life. And we get the surrender vote. Ash goes one-on-one against. I hope you guys did enjoy that game. If there's any supports or anybody you want to see me do or try someone out for you, just let me know. Or if you have a game that you want me to cast, send it to me. Just message me through YouTube, and perhaps I'll be able to help you out. Alright, thanks guys. Have a good one.